game in town, sure to stir the sweet emotion of any motorcycle enthusiast. Four wheels may move the body, but Dirico motorcycles promise to move the soul.
The motorcycles speak for themselves.
Stephen Talrico and Mark Dirico are two-thirds of an ensemble that came up with the idea to produce custom-made bikes unlike anything else on the road. The third party in this eclectic equation? None other than the living, walking, talking exclamation point himself, Steven Tyler, who does everything over the top and to the fullest.
Yeah, it started here at this facility where Steven Tyler and I came up one day to buy some parts and some clothing, and there was a bike on the floor, a frame and an engine. And we were looking at it, and I said to Steven, you know, I could build one of these. And he says, you know, you ought to give it a try.
Dirico, Tyler's brother-in-law, had the design background.
But, you know, we developed the frames ourselves and some of the sheet metal.
Talrico, the parts and equipment at his Manchester Harley-Davidson shop, and his cousin, friend, and rock legend, Steven Tyler, the vision.
He's got a huge passion for motorcycles, and it shows in the combination of Mark's structural design along with Steven's artistic design.
Oh, I mean, he loves it. He's just he's a madman over these motorcycles. He loves riding.
The bikes are more than machines. They're statements, combining old world craft and modern day innovation.
You know, these are wonderful riding motorcycles. You could drive these things to California. It was all part of the form, fit, and function. I mean, you've got to have something. If it looks good, it still has to perform. And that was part of the design criteria of these bikes, is to have something that just rides well.
To top it all off, they're all made right here in New Hampshire.
Every one of them, Manchester, New Hampshire. I got a crew of guys that are the best talent in the business. We have some very passionate technicians that have taken this project and taken it to another level.
What we have here is the Pro Street chassis for the Diricos. It's got a 103 Screaming Eagle twin cam in it, Baker 6-speed, right side drive.
This is the retro, kind of almost near completion. We got fenders on. We're starting to finish the handlebars. We're going to throw some wheels on this, and then once we take these off the stands, we'll wheel them up onto the lifts and put the paint on them and fire them up.
And we install the engine, the transmission. We line up everything, install the swing arm.
We start off with a raw hub and a raw wheel. As you notice, we use stainless steel spokes. They're a very nice spoke. The tendency of this wheel is to bounce up and down and go back and forth. So once we get that offset, then we can start truing the wheel, they call it, and we'll get the hop out of it, and then we'll get the lateral run out of it.
Just gotta be careful with all this chrome. I'm getting ready to put the seat on, and then I'm gonna fire it up.
The bikes are custom-made using Harley components, an advantage in the custom bike world because these beauties can be serviced at any Harley dealership in the world. What's more, you're not going to see anything else like this cruising down the road.
Some of the colors of the original motorcycles that we built were inspired by rides that he had with Kid Rock up in Michigan. There was a Pro Street we built with the colors of the Sunset that were inspired by his ride out in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Steven's downtime from the music business is definitely riding motorcycles. We have currently 3 models. We have the Flyer, which is the retro model, where old is really cool, and we've designed that into the motorcycle. The Pro Street is a kind of down and dirty cruiser. It's got a lot of power and a big fat rear tire. Combination of the old school motorcycle with the Springer front end and the old school look, but with a beefed up 110-inch motor and a 6-speed transmission, and kind of a hot rod in the world of vintage motorcycles.
Of course, with a front man like Steven Tyler, the company is international. And remember, it all started right here in New Hampshire.
it's a team effort. Everybody gets together and puts their thoughts into these, and I kind of just bring it together.
It's a lot of fun. At this point in my career, having the opportunity to do this and to do it with Stephen and the crew of people that I have here, it's just it's a tremendous opportunity. I have not only enjoyed the building of the motorcycles and the thought process that goes behind it, but challenged hugely by an international business that we've opened up that's based here in Manchester.
Garage, the rear wheel from the motor. Make sure there's not
If I could, I surely would. Stand on the rock that Moses stood. See, oh boy, don't you now